Greetings and salutations, and welcome to spring. I think spring is the perfect time to talk about a Venusian energy that is so connected to the earth and so connected to the springtime, and that is the energy of Taurus, a beautiful sign. Taurus, which is ruled by the planet Venus and falls traditionally in the second house in astrology. So, Taurus energy. Let's move a little bit beyond the stereotypes that Taurus can sometimes fall into, because sometimes it can often be simplified because it's actually a really rich and grounded energy. Some common themes that people associate in astrology with Taurus is, at its core, Taurus is about stability, value, the physical world, comfort, and building something over time. It's very much giving the hare and the tortoise race, and Taurus would definitely be the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race, right? It enjoys its time. It feels its energy throughout something. It's all about the five senses. Remember, Taurus is an earth sign, so it's very physical, sensory based. And it is a mutable earth sign, right? Actually, no, I'm sorry, my apologies. Virgo is the mutable earth sign. Taurus is fixed, stubborn. That's where one of the stereotypes helps to remember certain themes, okay? So Taurus is the fixed earth sign. That's where a lot of that stability and building energy comes through with Taurus. Once a Taurus focuses energy-wise into something, it holds true to that energy. It wants to feel secure. It wants to feel connected to what's real for it. When it comes to stereotypes, a lot of times Taurus gets labeled as being stubborn, non-movable, right? Very lazy, a little bit in the indulgent space of energy, not wanting to do anything that is taxing on the body, right? It's almost like a cat in the sun, right? Just basking in the joy and the pleasure and the enjoyment and embodying, just enjoying that sun. It's the embodiment of pleasure. Again, a Venus ruled energy. And sometimes the stereotype about Taurus is that it can be resistant to change. And these stereotypes are not true. They can be true. You can embody Taurus energy in this way. It can show up in this way. But they're just commonly talked about themes and repeated. It's not the only way that Taurus shows up. It's just a certain frequency that it can show up in. Remember, Taurus is fixed. Fixed energy is usually resistant to change. It's holding the space of the energy consistent. That's why it can be stubborn and lazy. But it's often misunderstood. If you wanted to reframe Taurus energy to not just being lazy, you can say, instead of it being lazy, it's intentional. Taurus energy in its highest frequency is very intentional. It does not rush into things. It takes its time because it's focused on sustainability. A Taurus is not here to just be here for a good time and not a long time. A Taurus wants to sustain it forever. A Taurus wants to know, where is my resources coming from and how long will I be able to maintain these resources, and are they consistent? Are they going to be able to take care of me, because I like to be able to be stable and indulge. And the best way to indulge is through stability. And that looks like stubbornness sometimes. It's often just commitment to what feels right. That's a gift that we can learn from Taurus energy, is when you know what feels right for you, committing to it and persevering through. And that kind of washes away Taurus being lazy, because they will move for what it is that they believe in that is going to be sustaining them, right? A Taurus can be a hard worker if they know at the end of the day that that energy is going to get them a really good bag. And when I say bag, I mean like resource in order to indulge in something that they find desirable. It's that commitment to what feels right for them. If you think of Taurus as the sun sign, it usually expresses the energy in a way that values consistency. It moves at their own pace, right? That's the energy of Taurus sun. It moves at its own pace and it prefers stability over chaos. If Aries starts the spring season with the fresh planting of the seed in the ground and it's starting to make its way, Taurus is the embodiment of the seed being in the earth and the growth that it is starting to undergo and take place. You might not be able to see it, but that seed can feel everything around it. It's moving at its own pace because it wants to be able to sustain itself. Taurus sun energy prefers stability over chaos. You bring chaotic energy to a Taurus sun, they're not going to be about that, especially if it does not embody the feeling of pleasure for them. Taurus sun energy is not easily swayed, and they tend to build their life slowly but surely. Remember, tortoise in the hare. That tortoise is surely going to win the race because it's not going to stop. It's going to keep building, but it's only going to build for what it wants to. Taurus moon energy is about emotional security, right? It's where people often feel safe when things are stable. Their environment is calm. Their senses are smoothed or soothed. The process emotionally is slower, right? But it's deep. It's often about feeling safe. They become incredibly grounded and steady in something. So there's a certain amount of stability emotionally that the security needs to be there for a Taurus moon to function in its best and most growth orientated form. Taurus rising energy is how someone moves through the world, right? This often comes across as calm, steady, composed, and grounded. It does not rush and it tends to approach life in a very intentional and physical way. Remember, it's an earth sign. It's how an earth sign is interacting with life. Some deeper truths about Taurus. At a deep level, Taurus is about cultivation. It's about planting something, nurturing it. Nurturing energy. That's such a good word for Taurus energy. It's a very nurturing energy. It's allowing things to grow over time. And that is what the best nurturer does. The best nurturer allows something to grow without the pressure of it needing to grow quickly. It just wants it to grow stably. It teaches patience, it teaches presence, and it teaches that growth doesn't always need to be fast to be meaningful. In a world that moves so quickly, Taurus reminds us that there is value in slowing down, that not everything needs to be rushed, and that sometimes the most beautiful things take time to build. Taurus isn't just about comfort, it's about creating a life that feels good to live in, and that's something worth taking your time with. So, enjoy Taurus energy. Even if you don't have it in your big three in your sun, moon, or rising, you hold it in your chart. We hold all energy. It just might be in a certain place where you're experiencing themes of Taurus energy, or Taurus energy is being brought to your life, and that is where your focus is in that space. If you want some help looking into where you hold Taurus energy and what that means to you personally, let me know in the comments and we can work together on that. But until then, like the video, subscribe if you want, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Love you.